Welcome in, guys, to I do my NFL Week 4 picks. Can you believe we're 4 weeks into the regular NFL season already? Like, it's crazy how you start with one and then we're on to the fourth week. Week 4 started last night with the Lions and the Packers going at it in the NFC North. Lions are on the road. Lions going into this game with the favorites, 1.5 favorites. Lions got the job done. I will talk about that in a separate video, but the Lions got the job done, so I'm really good on the spread so far. I was 12-4 last week. I had my best week ever since doing these picks last season. 12-4, 12 picks right. Only 4 games I got wrong, but I'm impressed with myself. I'm doing better than I did last year, my record last year, and 12-4 is a good week for me. I'm taking it as a win. But yeah, Lions and Packers last night. Lions got the job done, -1.5, and I'm doing so well on the spread so far. Early Sunday games, we have the Falcons versus the Jags. This is one of those London games we have every season. We have like an international game. We're gonna have one like in Frankfurt. Frankfurt. We're gonna have one. Somewhere else, can't remember where else we're gonna have one. But you guys know usually it's time to get into these international games. So it's gonna be an early Sunday morning game time. So Falcons and Jags going at it. For this one, I've gone for the Falcons plus the 3. I'm really impressed with how the Falcons have started their season. I know they lost last week to my Detroit Lions, but I'm really impressed with what they've done so far the start of the season. The Jags, they've been okay, I guess. They've had an okay start to the season. It could be better, but I'm gonna go for the Falcons plus the 3 on this one. Going on to the other games, we got the Bengals versus the Titans. Bengals this past Monday got the first win of the season. Titans, they're kind of hit and miss at this point. They keep having this thing where they keep starting Ryan Tannehill. I do not understand it. Start Malik Willis or start Will Levis. Start Will Levis or Malik Willis. Start one of those guys, and then you'll start winning football games. Like it's crazy that in 2023 these head coaches are like, oh, let's sit the young quarterback behind fucking this guy that again we've seen what he's all about. Let's have the young lion, the quarterback, learn behind the old guy. Yeah, that's how he's gonna learn. That's how you learn when you get a job. That's how you learn. Yeah, let's sit behind the year and let the other guy show us how to do our job. I hate that logic, but for this one, I'm going for the Bengals plus the 2.5 on this one. I think the Bengals are going to get the win on the road and go 2-2. Rams, and then we have the Rams versus the Colts. I'm really impressed with the Colts this year. They've had a really good start to the season. I don't know if Anthony Richardson is ready. I don't know if Anthony Richardson is cleared for this game. I should have done my research before I started recording, but I don't know if he is. Minshew could. I think if he's not going to be playing, if Anthony Richardson isn't playing tomorrow, if he isn't going to play on Sunday, then Minshew is going to be back in at quarterback. The Rams, they should have won that game Monday night, to be honest. The Bengals were really a dumpster fire on Monday night. They wasn't the best. Joe Burrow was mid on Monday. The Rams should have won that game on Monday night. And for this one, Vegas saying that they're both even on the spread, so I'm gonna go for this one for the Colts for the win. And also the Colts at home, so I'm gonna go for the Colts for the win. Bengals versus the Saints. It's a NFC South. It's a NFC South game between the Bucks and the Saints. I'm gonna go for the Saints here -3. I just think that again, the Saints defense is kind of the real only good thing about this team this year. I do like Chris Olave. I'm a big fan of him at wide receiver. But yeah, Derek Carr, and I think Derek Carr is going to beat the Saints, and Derek Carr going to get the win over the Bucks. Then we have the Commanders versus the Eagles. For this here, I've gone for the Eagles win -8. I just think again the Commanders. I like Eric Bieniemy. Again, I think he should be a head coach. But also, I think the Eagles have too much. I'm going for the Eagles minus the 8. Vikings versus the Panthers. Oh my god, if the Vikings don't get their shit together this week, questions has to be asked Kevin O'Connell, because that first season, when people saying, oh, he had a good season, he was 13-4, he got into the playoffs, was that all smoke and mirrors? Was that all smoke and mirrors, and was that all that? No, all what it seemed like. Again, you've got to really question, why was they 13-4? Like, again, they're 13-4. They come to this year, they're but last in the NFC North. They have an aging quarterback. They've lost Dalvin Cook to the Jets. I know they have Justin Jefferson, which is, again, he's a good wide receiver. But there's got to be a lot of questions going on in the Vikings front office, especially Kevin O'Connell. Like, he doesn't win this game, and questions have to be made of Kevin O'Connell if he doesn't win this game. I've gone for the Panthers here, plus the 4. Yeah, I've gone Panthers plus the 4 on this one. CJ Strauss is going to get his... CJ Strauss and the Panthers get the win this one, plus the 4. Dolphins versus the Bills. I know a lot of people say, oh, the Bills. No, I'm going to go for the Dolphins here. The Bills haven't been at their best. They haven't been at their best that we haven't seen in recent years. Like in recent seasons, you will see that the Bills have got their shit together. But again, they're kind of a bit slow this season. I think the game started. I know they won last week against the Commanders, but I'm going to go here for the Dolphins plus the 2.5. I'm loving what Mike McDaniel's doing. I know I keep saying it every week, but I'm loving what Mike McDaniel's doing as a head coach. That is a guy that every team should have, as a head coach that knows what the fuck he's doing. A quarterback that he's getting the best out of. Again, just him and Tua just fit so well together. And then I like how you have Chris Greer, who again gets, had a lot of shit over the years, which rightfully so. He deserves it for some of the shit he did. Hiring Brian Flores, that fucking idiot. He got it right with getting Mike McDaniel in to help Tua Tagovailoa, and I'm liking that the start that they've had. They're really going to be a playoff team this year. I really think that they're going to be a really good contender this year. I think whoever gets the Dolphins in the playoffs this year, they could take some names down. Like, they could take the Chiefs down. They could take the Chiefs and the Eagles and people like that. They could really have a go at going deep into the playoffs this year. But I'm going for the Dolphins plus the 2.5. Then we have the Broncos versus the Bears. Bears football. Russell Wilson again. Well, Justin Fields played this game. Who gives a fuck? In my opinion, they found the fucking Bears, and I know that they've lost their defensive coordinator, Allen Williamson. Defensive coordinator Wilson, because of alleged allegations going on. Then they had the fucking Bear people going to somehow getting into Soldier Field and stealing like $100 of equipment or whatever it was. Like, again, you couldn't write the shit. You have the Chiefs last week. The defensive coordinator gets fired, resigns because of the allegations, what's going on currently, and you have some Bears fans stealing some stuff from Soldier Field. I've gone for the Broncos here, minus the 3. And I think Tyson Beckett should start as quarterback. But I'm going for the Broncos minus the 3. Ravens versus the Browns division game. I'm going for the Ravens plus the 3. Steelers versus the Texans. I'm going to go for the Texans to get the win here, plus the 2.5. I don't know what if. Texans 2.5 to get the win on this. Then we have the late Sunday games. We have the Raiders versus the Chargers. I'm going to go for the Chargers minus the 5.5. Patriots versus Cowboys. And two teams, again, look at the Patriots. They're not doing the best right now. The Cowboys, after that shutout win against the Giants, they're not doing so good either. I'm going to go for the Patriots minus the 6.5. The Cardinals are on the road to the 49ers. It's another division game. I'm going to go for the 49ers minus the 14 for the win. And then the Chiefs versus Jets, the primetime game on Sunday. We have no Aaron Rodgers. He's still injured. So it's going to be Zach Wilson versus Patrick Mahomes in MetLife Stadium. I'm going to go for the Chiefs here minus the 9.5. And then the Monday night game, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Giants. Well, they're at the Giants, on the road to the Giants. I'm going to go for this Seahawks here, +1. I will have my picks in the description box like I do every week. Leave you guys thoughts in the comments, and yeah, peace.